Tumblr's been kind of shitty with trying to upload videos, but I'm gonna try because you sent me a whole frick ton of questions, and it would really work best if I did it in a video like I said I would, if I can. So we're gonna see if this works. Hopefully it does. Okay, but you asked me, let's see. Okay, what qualifies a ship? Or what qualities make me ship a ship? Sorry, I read that wrong. Oh god, it really depends. I mean, frankly, the boring thing to say is chemistry, you know. You gotta make me believe that these two characters like each other, um, in some way, shape, or form. But, specifically, there's a whole lot of things. I am a giant sucker for ships that have an age gap. That is a gigantic, if you give me that, I'm gonna be like, yep, that one, which has caused me to ship, many a platonic, relationship. Sorry. Um, let's see. Suddenly I've lost all train of thought. Okay, yes. Age gaps, huge. Main giant thing I love. Same goes for height differences, size difference ships. Those are a huge thing for me. I really love the huge guy, tiny girl trope. It means a lot to me. So there's, yeah, age gap, or size difference. Let's see, so if you give me both those in the same ship, kind of like Denouement, which is my largest ship I have, you wouldn't know it from the past year where Bach and Marianne kind of took everything over, but they're like the number one. They're what I base all ships off of, is Denouement from Tamora Pierce's Immortal series. So we've got age difference, we've got size difference, and then we have one of my other favorite tropes, which has also caused me to ship so many platonic things, I'm sorry, which is mentorships. Not necessarily teacher-student romance. I don't like teacher-student romance when it takes place in a school setting. I don't like the idea of a student dating a teacher. That's like a big no-no right there. I don't do that. But I'm big into the idea of somebody teaching someone else something, you know, having the position as their teacher, even if when it's not in a school setting. If someone's got the position of a teacher to someone else, that is a huge ship thing for me. I will immediately latch onto that and say, yep, I ship that. So that's, again, Denouement. And I think one of the reasons a lot of people dislike that ship, aside, age difference, and then the mentorship thing. But it's because I can differentiate it from someone dating their teacher in, like, a modern school setting, is why I'm okay with it. Is why I can do that, because there's something more informal about it, and the power imbalance isn't quite as squicky as it is if it was, yes, a teacher dating someone in their class. Which is why if I ever did a Immortals Modern AU, Numair would not be her teacher in the setting, or yeah, because of the Denouement setting. He would not be her teacher, because I couldn't do that. She probably wouldn't even be going to the school that he teaches at. He would kind of position himself as a tutor for her. And that's how they'd meet, and that's what would happen. And it would all be informal. He would go to her because he's friends with Anua, who would be... I've thought this through, I'm sorry. This turned into how I've worked out. I'm eventually going to write this. This AU, but he's friends with the woman who took her in because she's an orphan. And he comes over and eventually starts teaching her, and then they fall in love. So it's a very different setting. And that's how all of my mentorships are. There's a couple others in books. Cadvan? I don't think I'm saying that right. In Alison Croghan's books, which now I can't remember the names of those either. Pelennor, the Pelennor books. Another teacher-student romance that's done in a way that's not weird. Also, that's got, like, the crazy age gap, because he's one of those, like, races or types of people that live super long. So he's a lot older than he looks. And so those are also my favorite. But yeah, even other mentorships that I probably shouldn't ship. If anyone watches Holic or reads Holic by Clamp, the manga, uh, Yuko and Watanuki. Like, I'm sorry, I ship that. I do. I don't think that's what I'm supposed to ship. I think there's like several other ships in there that are given more canon evidence, but damn it, I'm gonna ship that one because that one pushes all my buttons. So those are the main things, and like I said, really, if you just give me a ship that's got chemistry, also if you give me a ship where they beat the crap out of each other and flirt while they do it. I mean, we've got Bog and Marianne, again, Katsu and Poe from Graceling, and then, that one, Mako and Raleigh. I couldn't remember her name. Mako. Mako and Raleigh from Pacific Rim. Like, God, just give me that. Give me sparring. Give me physical sparring between my ship, and it's gold. That's all I need. So there you go. That's all your first question. I'm 6 minutes in, and it's only your first question. Okay, moving on. Favorite food. My mom's beef stew that she makes. It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's the best stew you'll ever have in your life. Followed immediately by the way my grandma makes shrimp scampi. Also the best. I've had it other places. I've had it at, fancy restaurants. Not as good. Never as good as the way my grandma makes it. So that's that. I also really like just about any fruit. I love fruit. I could live off of it. I probably couldn't, but I'd like to. Except for grapefruit. I don't like grapefruit. Moving on. Holidays, Christmas. My favorite holiday is always Christmas. Always has been, always will be. And that goes into your next question, which is favorite winter memory. Literally any time I spend Christmas in Minnesota. Anything about it. The drive up, the 9-hour drive through rural Iowa in the snow. Actually, that's a good winter memory specific to go on. Several years ago, we got caught in a snowstorm in northern Iowa. Like, straight up whiteout. And we parked behind a closed down gas station and waited it out on our way up to Christmas vacation. That seems weird for a favorite memory, but it's one of those that sticks with you for like the rest of your life. You remember that time when you were stuck behind a gas station in the middle of a blizzard. It's pretty cool. Then when it slowed down, we drove like another 15-20 minutes until we found the nearest town, which was actually across the border in Minnesota at that point, in a town called Spring Valley. Little hotel. And it was like 5 p.m., but it was pitch dark because it's winter. And so it was really weird because we were going to drive all the way up that day, and then we couldn't. But it was only like 5 p.m., so we got to this hotel, and we all didn't know what to do. We were just like, none of us are tired. What are we supposed to do in this hotel for the next 4 hours before we all go to bed? I don't remember what we did. I remember my dad walked, there was a grocery store right next to the hotel, and he got us dinner. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's a weird memory, but it's one of my favorites because it's a very lasting memory. It's something I'll remember. Okay. If I could go on holiday, vacation, anywhere, real or fictional, where would I go and what would I do? Well, I really, really want to go to Scotland. I've already been to Ireland and it was gorgeous, but I'd love to go to Scotland. I'd also love to go to Japan because I took 5 years of the language, learned a lot, took a couple Asian, history classes and culture stuff, and it would just be really exciting to actually get to go. Because, if you go anywhere in Europe, it's enough like America that you're still kind of like, okay, I understand you people. That was a horrible thing to say, I'm sorry. I understand Western culture because I'm a Western person. My brother went to Germany and France and England this summer, and he came back and he's like, yeah, it was great, because even though I couldn't speak the language, you can still understand everything, because you still know the culture. That's really why I want to go to Japan, because it's such a different culture, And I mean, enough of them speak English over there, really. From what I've been told from other people who go there, you go over there and you try and speak Japanese to them, and they're going to try and speak English back to you, because they're practicing that. So, it's not even that it'd be a different language barrier, but there'd be such a culture difference, and that's why I really want to go. And that's just real places. I don't know if I'd want to go anywhere fictional. My favorite fictional worlds tend to have something fucked up in them, and I don't want to have to deal with that. Um, so I'm gonna stick with this universe. So yeah. Um, let's see if this posts all 10 minutes of it. Over half of it being me talking about ships and Day Numair fanfiction. Alright. Thank you for the questions. Bye.